Hi everyone, my name is Brian Matthias with the Berklee Project Management Music Festival Spring 2026 edition, and here's my 5-minute attempt to demystify the pipe organ. What all the nifty buttons do? Well, as my Berklee professor used to say, let's get started. First things first, where's the on switch? That varies with every organ. Most commonly, there's a simple toggle switch or a start-stop button underneath either side of the key desk. Sometimes they're on the wall next to the organ console, and sometimes they're even in a separate room. Our organ, built by Keg Organ, has a 6-digit code to turn it on. What's that secret code, you ask? That's a great question. Okay, moving on. On the organ, the keyboards are called manuals. This one has a swell, grate, choir, and the pedal division. Why so many? Because it looks cool, duh. Okay. Ask the keyboardist in your band why he has a Nord Stage piano, a vintage DX7 because you cover 80s tunes, and a Hammond XB3. You get the idea. All different sounds, different functions. Same thing here. You can set a solo stop up here with accompaniment down below, bigger combination in the middle. You get the idea, more musical flexibility. Okay, onto the stops. They're grouped by division. Pedal stops are here. The swell stops are here. Grate is here, and the choir division is all over there. And let's zoom in. Most of them have numbers. What do they mean? From a musical standpoint, they define the pitch. For instance, if you draw an 8-foot stop and you play middle C on the keyboard, it's the same pitch as middle C on a piano. A 4-foot stop speaks 1 octave higher. 2-foot is 1 octave higher than that. If we had a 16, that would be an octave lower than the 8-foot. And in the pedal, you sometimes find 32-foot, which are put there by the organ builder for the sole purpose of testing the structural integrity of the building. Okay, and these fellas up here in the corner are couplers. They allow you to play multiple octaves with one finger. Remember, our basis of unison pitch is 8-foot. So this 4-foot coupler plays everything we're holding an octave higher. 16, guessed it, an octave lower. And if you pull both of them, you have 3 octaves with one finger. And that does that for all the stops regardless of their number. Okay, on the name board, we have our coupler rail. This is how we can play pipes between different divisions or manuals. It allows us to take everything we're playing in the swell and also play it from the grate manual or the choir to the grate or the swell down to the choir, all of it to the pedal. And in the octaves that we just mentioned, sometimes it's 16 and 4. And this is how you get everything on the organ to play from one manual and get it sound so big and loud. Okay, underneath the manuals, we have all these nifty white buttons. These are combination pistons where you can store a registration that you like. So you just hit one button and you're ready to go. In the center, we have divisional pistons that only affect the stops on whatever manual you're using. And on the side over here, we have general pistons, which affect everything all the way across the organ everywhere. And on the bottom now we have toe studs. Most of these are duplicates of our general pistons that we just went over. There are some pedal divisionals over here and grate to pedal reversible, which does this. And then some other nifty toys like on a piston sequencer, next and previous, which basically are shortcuts to page through your general pistons. Okay, still down here, these 3 pedals are obviously your clutch, your brake, and your gas. Okay, the first 2 are expression pedals, your volume control. This is for the grate and the choir division, which live in the same box, and the swell division over here. The crescendo pedal is unique in that it gradually turns on stops from softest to loudest, so you can continue to play with both hands without manually drawing stops, and it sounds like this. And 1 step louder is the full organ, sometimes called a tutti or sforzano, and it sounds like that. Okay. In closing, if you need to tune your instrument to an organ, find an 8-foot principal or a diapason or a 4-foot Preston or a 4-foot octave or 4-foot principal. Check them in octaves to make sure they're happily in tune. Do not use anything labeled Celestro and Damaris. Those are out of tune on purpose. That's a whole other video. So if you enjoyed this, found it helpful, want to learn more, drop a comment. It's all the time we've got. Thanks so much.